Beer here back in the fantasy bar talking some baseball. 6 of my favorite plays for you on this Tuesday night slate. We've got value, a ton of power spots I really like tonight. We're going to get you my favorite stack going, a starting pitcher, and it's not going to cost you a lot in a good strikeout matchup. And of course, my favorite play on the entire slate, who's been very good to us this season. Who we talking about? Only one way to find out. It's time to belly up to the fantasy bar. Welcome in, guys. Tuesday edition Beers Daily Fantasy 6-pack, talking some baseball. 6 plays fresh off the tap for you on FanDuel and DraftKings. Thank you as always. Stop by the Fantasy Bar and checking out today's video. Now, before we get to my favorite plays, do me a favor and hit that tip jar, and that is simply clicking that thumbs up button. Thank you very much for that in advance. Subscribe, hit that notification bell. We'll continue with baseball every Tuesday. NFL 6-packs are rolling as well. Week 2 6-pack will be out Thursday or Friday, along with my pints and picks with 2 NFL bets for you each and every week. So subscribe. We're going to be busy here in the fantasy bar. Don't want you guys to miss any of the content. All right, let's dive right in with our first play of the night at third base with Max Muncy of the Dodgers. So Muncy back from injury, came back yesterday, and what a spot he gets to return to here tonight against the Rockies and German Marquez. Absolute smash spot. Love the Dodgers tonight. Second on this team in ISO, only behind Shohei Ohtani at 273, and actually leads this team and has a higher WOBA than Shohei against right-handed pitching, way up at 432. And we're not paying Shohei prices here, just 4,000 on DraftKings and only 3,300 on FanDuel here. Marquez been a mess against lefties, 398 WOBA allowed on the season, 215 ISO, and a hard contact rate all the way up at 57.5%. I think Muncy gets it going again here tonight against Mr. Marquez. All right, let's go to the outfield next with Matt Walner of the Twins. So another guy in the mid-range feels a little bit too cheap here. Heart of the order bat, has some power, and Kyle Hendricks has really been struggling here of late. We'll get to him in a minute, but Walner been very impressive, especially in the power department against right-handed pitching. ISO up at 271. Look at that barrel rate, near 17% on the season here. Now, we mentioned Hendricks struggling. Let's talk about on the season. Very low strikeout pitcher, and Walner, part of the concern is the high strikeout rate. So we negate some of that here against Hendricks, just 15.5% against lefties this season. Over the past month, wheels starting to fall off here for Kyle Hendricks. Some awful starts in there, and lefties have done a lot of damage. WOBA's over 400, ISO over 200 over the past month. Great power spot and some great prices here on outfielder Matt Walner. All right, let's stay right there with the Twins, but add the starting pitcher in Zebby Matthews. So last couple starts, not great. Hasn't been horrible for Zebby Matthews, just a slight dip. I really like this spot for him to get back to some of those high ceiling games that we saw earlier this season. So the guy didn't give you 30 DraftKings points with his strikeout upside. It doesn't get any better than a matchup with the Angels. As far as strikeouts go, they have the highest strikeout rate in all of baseball against right-handed pitching at over 26% here, and it makes sense. You look at this projected starting lineup, and almost every single guy with a high strikeout rate, 8 of the 9 projected starters above 24% on the season against righties. 3 of those bats sitting at 30% or higher here. I think this is a spot Zebby Matthews can rack up 7, 8, 9, potentially double-digit strikeouts here. And we're paying some fair prices here at 7,700 and 9,000 over on FanDuel. All right, back to the bats with some positional flexibility here. First, second, or third with Romy Gonzalez of Boston. So Gonzalez really swinging a good bat here, brings an 11-game hitting streak into this one. 6 of those 11 games, multi-hit games over that time frame. So really red hot right now. To no surprise, leads this team in both WOBA and ISO against left-handed pitching this season at 420 and 263. Should also see a big dose of four-seam fastballs from Jeffrey Springs. That's about 42%. 2 right-handed hitters here, and he has absolutely decimated that pitch. 454 WOBA and ISO near 300 on the season here. We know this is a great offensive environment. Love Boston and put some runs on the board. Romy Gonzalez, one of my favorites here in this spot against Jeffrey Springs. All right, let's stay right there with Boston and get a stack going and add outfielder Rob Refsnider. So right there with Romy Gonzalez with some impressive numbers against lefties. 405 WOBA, 255 the ISO for him this season. Over the past month, his bat has heated up even more against lefties. We're talking a 547 weighted OBA and ISO over 400. So big time numbers here from Refsnider. Now Springs, wheels kind of falling off here as well over the past month. 370 WOBA allowed and a 218 ISO to right-handed bats. Again, Boston, a team you can stack up very easily here on this slate. Best offensive environment on the slate. Rob Refsnider and Romy Gonzalez being my favorites here from the Boston side. All right, it's time. Take a look at my favorite play for Tuesday night. Before we do that, let's continue to give away a free week of RotoGrinders Premium with our Beast of the Night contest. Very easy, free to play. All you need to do, click that thumbs up button, head to the comment section and get fantasy points on DraftKings for my highest scoring hitter, giving you 5 bats here in the video. Whichever one has the highest DraftKings points, your guess matches closely, you're going to walk away with a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. All right, let's wrap things up with my favorite play for Tuesday night. No mass, the Beast of the Night. All right, Beast time, we're going to get you a little correlation to go with our Boston stack and roll with first baseman Nick Kurtz of the A's, tonight's Beast of the Night. Now, Kurtz has been an absolute beast this season, been very good to us, obviously, and has been absolutely decimating right-handed pitching, among the league leaders in WOBA and ISO. WOBA at 506 on the season. ISO way up at 390. And if those numbers weren't impressive enough, look at over the past month, somehow has gotten even better. 562 WOBA over the last 30 days against righties, with an ISO up at 455 here. Dustin May, absolute smash spot here for Nick Kurtz and the A's. 367 WOBA allowed to lefties. 233 ISO this season, and those numbers have gotten worse over the past month. 423 WOBA and a 333 ISO. So one guy trending upwards over the past month in the smash righties over the course of the season. Right-handed pitcher who's trending down against lefties. Simple math here. Nick Kurtz, easily my favorite play on the board and tonight's Beast of the Night. All right, guys, that'll do it for our Tuesday six-pack. As always, in comments, questions, feedback, hit me up below the video in the comment section here on YouTube or over on Twitter at Beermakersfan. And don't forget, get your guess in my highest scoring hitter of the 5 bats we gave you today. Their DraftKings points, your guess closest to that. Simple as that. You walk away with a free week of RotoGrinders Premium. For RotoGrinders.com, I am Beer saying salut, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Best of luck on tonight's slate, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for checking out our videos. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more DraftKings, FanDuel, and other DFS content. And you can check out our daily live show schedule on RotoGrinders.com/videos.